And hello, my name is Martin, and today what we're going to be doing is just finishing up the additional zone here for the previous tutorial, so that way we do have all three of the previous zones. I didn't want to make the last video too long. I've already gotten past the 20-minute mark. So what I'm going to do is more or less it's the same thing. I'll just go ahead and explain everything that I'm doing while I'm doing it, but essentially I don't believe there's going to be any new information in here, but there may be. I might remember something that I didn't on the other one. So anyways, this will just be practice. So let's go ahead and Control-C, Control-V. We'll go ahead and push that into the new area, so that becomes the new one there. We'll go back to the enemies folder. Inside the enemies folder, I still have HMissile AI3. HMissile AI2 is ready. So let's just go ahead and get HMissile AI3 ready. So I'm going to open up 2 so I can copy its code. Okay, the piece that I need is that part right there with the branch. So I'm going to move this out of the way. So just so that we see all the rest of it would be the same except for this. So we'll go ahead and do Control-C, Control-V. Whoops, I don't need to repaste it in this one. So let's actually do Control-C and compile. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and open up 3. And in 3 we don't have any of that stuff done, so let's go ahead and paste it in here. Okay, and we're going to need a new one of these. So let's go ahead and delete the custom there, and let's connect this guy where it needs to be. Okay, so we're going to create a new custom now, which is going to have the follow player 3. So this will be custom event. And we'll call this follow player 3. Let's copy that name and we'll paste it in here. Okay, so now we have the same name and this guy can now go in there. So the only thing we have to do now is find our new points. Right, so we need to create the new X, Y, and Z axes. So let me go in here and hit delete for these. Or I guess we could just replace them with zeros. You know, honestly, it's not even necessary to do this. I don't even know why I'm doing it. Just to have clean numbers, I suppose. Okay. Unnecessary, but done. So now we got to find our new numbers. So again, I'm going to split screen. I'm going to go find my measuring rod, which I think is over here. Okay, so I've got my first point. So we'll go into the XY for that, or the transform information for it. There's my first X, Control-C. Grab my first Y, Control-C, Control-V to paste. For some reason, oh, okay, it didn't delete the 0.0 on the front, and I'm just going to check this one and make sure that it didn't do the same thing. Okay, no. Okay, let's go find our second point now. Okay, so there's my new X value, Control-C, Control-V, Control-C, Control-V. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit compile. Should be able to expand both of these. This one I'm done with, so, and then we'll move this guy back. Okay, so now we have the new AI ready. So I'm going to go to this one because for some reason it's not saved. So we'll hit save. Then we'll open up the other one. This has been compiled but not saved. So there we go. So the only thing I want to do now is make a third homing missile. And to do that again, we're just going to right click, duplicate. And remember that when we do this, we need to create a new custom event or a new, none of this can work because it just, we'll have too many variables with the same name. So we'll go ahead and pull out of here and call this promote to variable. Let's give this a new name. So the last one was HMissile. HMissile, so this one will be 3_explode. Okay, and now that we have that one on destroy, and click out and destroy actor. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit compile for that. We do, of course, need to go ahead and switch out the AI because this one should still be going off of whatever it was duplicated off of. So it's duplicated off of 2, which was attached to AI 2. So we'll go ahead and switch this out and make it AI 3. And now we should be able to hit compile and save. So now really the only thing that I sort of want to fix is the fact that that the respawning is all going to the same place, right? It's not all going to the individual places. Now the respawning is actually attached to each one of the pawns themselves, not into the AI. So at that point, if we have HMissile 1 here, and let's move that into a space. And let's say that's always where it's going to launch from, is from this location right here. Then what I want to do is I want to copy that location, copy, and we're going to go to HMissile 1. And this one should already have the spawn code in there. And at that point, it would be just pasting this information in there. So let's go ahead and Control V. And of course, we have it to where we're getting all 3 of the different variable numbers. So, oops. You know what? Let me do that one more time. Control A, Control V. I want to make sure I'm not removing a single extra digit, because in this case I do want them always to respawn from the same place. So this one was a X, so let's get rid all the way down to X. And it is a negative, so make sure you leave the negative there. And there we go. So we'll do the same thing for Y. Everything before will get wiped out. Everything there. And the same thing for the Z. Okay. All right, so now we can go ahead and hit compile and save. That takes care of the first missile. Let's make sure we hit save. And let's go and do the second one. So with the second one, we'll want to go ahead and put this in the position where we want it to respawn from. So feels about right. There is its position information or its transport information. We'll right click, copy. We'll go into the second missile. And this one, if it, okay, so it does have the spawn information in there. And we'll just do the same thing here. So this is the X value. So the Y value. I feel like that Y, one of those numbers needs to be a negative. You know what? I'm going to do that again. Control A, delete, Control V, And no, that Y is a positive number. Okay. In fact, all of them are positive numbers. Okay. Okay, that way we'll always be respawning from that location. We'll go ahead and hit compile and save. And all we have to do now is the last one. So we'll select that one. Or double click. Well, first of all, we want to make sure it's obviously in the position where we want it to respawn, which is good. We'll right click, copy. We'll go into HMissile 3. This one should also have its spawn information right here. So we'll do the same thing. Control V. Yeah, see, it's not taking the right number. Control V. Okay, there's our X value. There's our Y value. And there's our Z value. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit compile and save. And at this point, we should now have 3 homing missiles, each one with their own AI, each one only being manipulated in the area that it's supposed to be chasing you and not in the ones that are not. And now they will respawn in the correct area, so we should have respawning ammunition in each area that responds to us and only us in that area. Okay, so we're going to go into area 1. The missile for area 1 does indeed hit us. Let's see if it respawns. It did. It hit us again. We'll move out of that area. We'll go to area 2. Area 2 missile hits us. Area 1 missile did respawn. It's over there. Let's see if Area 2 missile respawns. Aha! So, in the respawning, what's actually happened is that instead of respawning Missile 1, Missile 2, we respawned Missile 1. So because we weren't in that area, this one didn't attack us because we were in the wrong area. We respawned the wrong one. So what we need to do now is go back into HMissile 1, and we need to see that, this one is respawning HMissile 1, which is good. So now we're going to go into HMissile 2, and you'll see that it is respawning HMissile 1. So we need to switch this to HMissile 2, hit compile and save, because we did make a change. And now let's do the same thing with HMissile 3, and this one is indeed also repeating HMissile 1. So we need to make this a 3, hit compile and save. All right. So let's again test this. Okay, so that one would respawn. It is HMissile 1, so it should respawn. Keep respawning. Okay, good. So this one should now hit us. It should now respawn in HMissile 2. And that one should then try to hit us because we were in the right area. And then it'll respawn another one, but we're going to move on. We just walked into Area 3. Area 3 H-Missile just hit us. And it respawned in HMissile 3 because we are in the right area for that. So, there we go. I was just a little too fast for him. Fantastic. Okay. All right, so at this point we do have not only timed zones, three zones, I should say, that are independent to the enemy character that's going to be there. These can be houses, they could be different areas. They could be, I mean, you can use this method to where one character can only go to so far inside of a room before something stops it and it can't go any further. So that same technique of having an AI, so an AI with restrictions, with an in-range float looking for where the player character is, in combination with a branch, and it has to meet both conditions of where a character is and where their vector is at that moment. Okay, so hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I know that there wasn't really any new information in this one. We just sort of did the same thing over again 3 times, but then that sort of drives home the message, and now for sure you'll be able to show this to me complete in your walk-in lab tutorials. So again, I hope you've enjoyed the video and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.